Alright, well, we're going to use this as a test run. This is the first video I've ever made. I'm not sure if the camera's even on my face. I'm playing with a tripod that I just figured out was broken. So, we've got a 1984 Ford Ranger, four-wheel drive, 2.3 liter, inline four, 5-speed. I don't remember the model numbers and all that stuff for the transfer case and the manual transmission, but they are what they are. They're nothing special, but they're not bad. We've been doing a few things to it. It sat for a while. I've been under it, disconnected its fuel tank, ran it to a remote tank in the bed. I ultimately plan on converting that to a fuel cell. We've replaced a few bits and bobs under the hood. For some reason, I'm just starting to record that. I'm not sure why. I feel really weird on camera. Hope it doesn't show. Probably does. As you can see, my hood latch and all that was all jacked up, so we just hood pinned it. So anyway, today's project is I'm fixing to change the oil, and without further ado, I guess let's get to it. I think I've got everything I need here, and let's get her knocked out. Filter, oil can stay up top, bring the cleaner down with us. Oil drain pan. Oh, I need a filter wrench. I thought I was prepared. Alright. Got her here. Get our lights set up. I know I'm not really geared up to bring y'all down here with me yet, which is probably really exciting from your end. 1/2 inch. So, I don't know what size that is. 14 or something goofy. Okay, let me rephrase. Thought I had everything I needed. Be right back. Okay, we'll grab a 14 and a 13. Should be the same as 1/2 inch, but every once in a while you get a weird one. What the hell? Okay, well, it's definitely acting like it's the the 13. Back down. Get my arm out of here. I warmed it up a little bit so the oil would actually come out. And of course it doesn't want to come out. Let's try that. Come on. Come on. All right. So there's that. We're gonna let that drain. At some point I hope to have a concrete floor in this thing, because let me tell you, this dirt floor gets old real quick. But it does what it needs to, and it don't show stains. All right, let's get down there and get the filter off. I know that sucker's up here somewhere. There it is. I was wondering if it'd be easier to do from the top. It doesn't look like it though. Just looks like Ford put something simple in a really silly place. It needs to go on the other way. Can't see pretty much anything. Okay, there it goes. All right, now, the fun part of oil running uncontrollably down my arm, because there's no real way to do this. Can I not get that from the top? I mean, I could, I guess. But not really, not with the steering arm there. That's just a horrible design. Hand. Okay. Kind of up over the frame here. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to pull the filter through the same hole. Okay, there we go. There it is. All right. So now, crawl out of here again. I probably look like a homeless person here. But I wore my nice white hat for the occasion. Okay. Let's get some fresh oil on that gasket. And I'm sure somebody's going to say, oh, I should have primed the filter. Well, you show me how to prime a sideways filter and I'm all over it. Oh my word. Basically, no room to get anything here. Goodness gracious. All right, so there's that. Where's that strap wrench? All right, let me see if I can use that same up over the frame. That's it, okay. That's good and hand tight. So now we're going to go ahead and replace our drain plug. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, normally I would hose that off a little bit with some brake cleaner. Just to make sure the following day or in a couple hours that we're not dripping. I don't think I'm going to do that today. Reason being, is I just want to get some good oil in this thing so we can run it. And then I'm probably going to, once I start to get a little more serious about it, probably switch to an AMSOIL or a Mobil 1 or something along that line. Switch it to a full synthetic. So frankly, if the motor oil drips just a little bit, I'm not terribly upset. And if I wanted to, I suppose I could put a little bit of RTV in the threads and just let that cure real well. I know people have an aversion to RTV in their oiling systems, and rightfully so. All right, let me go see if I can find a stool here real quick, and we'll get some fluid in this thing. Oh, no wonder I couldn't find it. It was 2.5 inches behind me. It's very important that you have very flat ground in your shop like I do. All right. I don't want that. It's going to be in my way. And there's that. I think we just take air cleaner off. Set it out of the way. That looks good. That there. Take all this off. That way we can get it to giblets we need to. We're just going to put in this whole bottle. You think this was prescription drugs, as hard as it is to get into. All right, and again, I'm just running, this is a Hyperlube zinc additive. You know, people have different thoughts and opinions and reasons, but this is a flat tappet. So a little bit of zinc isn't gonna hurt a darn thing. All right. So this calls for 5 quarts. I'll go grab me a funnel here real quick. So we're going to put in almost all of this jug I've got here. All right. And I've been into that before. How much is missing? About a quart missing, half a quart really. So that's probably actually perfect. We'll put in most of it and then we'll let her settle and check. And that reminds me, I don't think the oil's going to run out, but I got to get down there, and the dip tube slipped out of its little slot on the oil pan. So, you're going to see, try to get it in here. Feels like it's in. It's like I just got to pivot it back up here. Okay, there it went. I felt that. All right, so let's get a rag. It's got a little less goop on it than these do. Check the oil with. Yeah, this one's okay. Clean that off. Well, it hasn't gotten down into the end. Well, wait a minute. We're going to let that settle for a little while longer because I don't think it's quite all the way down in there. So I guess while we're doing that, I don't know if y'all can see me over here or not. I don't remember. I don't expect this first video to be very good anyway. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know, I've got a Dana 44 out of a, I think it's a 76 F-150, and a 9-inch out of something, one of those trucks. Eventually I'd like to do, I'll probably just leave the rear end leaf sprung with a 9-inch, and then I may 3-link or 4-link, I'm not sure. I don't want to get too crazy right out of the box. The first rendition of it will probably be with the factory radius arms, just fashioned to where they'll fit a Ranger. But yeah, just kind of a mild budget build. Well, budget, you know how expensive this can get. But you know, the key components, the engine runs well, the transmission seems to shift fine. I got a couple of broke bolts in the front yoke, I got to get them out. You know, to get the front drive shaft hooked up. I noticed the front of the transfer case, the front yoke on the transfer case felt a little bit sloppy, but it's nothing like crucial or critical. I don't feel it's going to fail, like, you know, if I put the truck in 4-wheel drive. I've got new shocks for it. I've got custom gauges for it. I eventually intend on putting a full custom dash in it, or at least the gauge cluster section. You know, I'd like to put some more comfortable purpose-built seats in it, some buckets. But you know, just one step at a time. Let's check that oil again and see what we got. Probably put that whole jug in there here and be just fine. You know what? I think we're going to put the last little bit in there. Or at least a little bit more, because that's, what do we got in there? About a quart. Sorry, I probably shine a flashlight right in your face. Yeah, we got about a quart in there. So we'll do about a half quart. We'll do that. That'll be more than enough to fire her up. Get that filter primed. Yeah, that'll be more than enough to get that filter primed and get the oil circulated through the system. Come on, where you at? Where you at? There's that. Put that bad boy back on. Alright, right out of there. And this thing's been a little difficult to start when it's warm. I don't know what that's all about. I know what can cause it, but we'll just see what she does for right now. Just a little. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. That's the good choice. Oh. Okay. Might not hurt to throttle that up just a little, idle that up just a little bit in the future. But I'd say for today that's a win. Thanks for hanging out with me, and maybe I'll get a little smoother with this as time goes on, and maybe actually get somebody slinging the camera instead of sitting here talking to a tripod. Have a good one, guys.